As being praised as one of the most psychologically terrifying games ever made, and raving reviews from Steam users, this game has got to have it all, right? Atmosphere, game design, mechanics design, story, graphics, optimization, you name it. I mean, it's only 1% away from having an overwhelmingly positive overall review score on the Steam store page, ranking it with top-notch games such as Portal, the Elder Scrolls franchise, and the Civilization games. Is it possible that the indie developers on this team have outdone themselves and made a horror masterpiece? Well, here goes. Layers of Fear is a first-person indie psychological horror title that released earlier this year by publisher Aspyr and developed by Bloober Team SA, which nobody has ever heard of. But anyway, you play as some old guy that needs to finish a painting, or as the game calls it, your magnum opus. Now, to be clear, you don't actually do any real painting in the game. Instead, you wander through the house and explore the emotional attachment the artist has to his work, while uncovering a rather twisted story about the loss of his wife, which is a dark tale of murder that the artist himself committed. So basically, you find stuff that triggers some sort of dialogue memory that reveals how you killed your wife. I'll give it this, the story is gripping. It definitely fits the feel and the mood of the game well, however it's the rest of it that just kind of fails to deliver. Okay, I'll admit it. The first 45 minutes of this game had me where horror games haven't had me since the early days of Silent Hill. The detail is great, the house looks great, the graphics look great, the sound and music is awfully creepy, and if you remember the PT demo that came out on PS4 a while back, it was almost that good. And you know what? The jump scares actually got me. You would turn to look at one thing, and then turn back around, and you'd be in another room, falling through trap doors that you couldn't see. I mean, I was tiptoeing through the first 45 minutes trying to foresee things happening, and I couldn't. It was immersive and downright spine-tinglingly terrifying. And then something happened. I found a key piece to the painting and wound up back in the art room. The painting had progressed, and a cabinet with 6 drawers which had previously been locked now had one open, with the key piece sitting on it. It was then that a daunting fear came over me. Please don't let this game focus on finding 5 other key items like this. It's been going so well so far. Just don't make it repetitive, please. And sure enough, the rest of the game was walking through the house, opening door after door, and waiting for the next jump scare. I mean, it was so close, guys. It really was. The developers had the nail halfway in the coffin with Layers of Fear, but they hit their hand with the hammer on the final blow. Seriously, who made the design choice to repeat the same process to find the key, to open the door that you would find the key item in, and then through other doors you would go, and back to the painting room 6 consecutive times? Did they not realize that that same kind of repetitive development structure would detract from the unpredictability the game had in the beginning that was so good? Not to mention that we just had to keep doing it over and over again. Oh, they were so close. So close. By the time I had actually found the 4th key item, I was honestly aggravated that I had to go find the other 2 to finish the painting. What was an intriguing story became secondhand to the sheer number of doors that I was going in and out of, walking through the same different kind of rooms waiting for some jump scare. The same jump scares that through the first 4 chapters happened so often that they had completely lost their effectiveness, and now were expected and predictable due to the linear pattern the design repeated. It just became more of the same. Maybe I'm just looking for more out of the horror genre as a whole, but after completing the game, I felt let down. It had so much promise at the start, but fell to the cardinal sin of horror titles, that being repetition. After I beat it, I sat there and thought, how on earth did this get such high user reviews? And I don't know, but the game just falls flat on its face after the first 2 chapters. In the end, it did get to me. I will give it that. It looks creepy and has a great atmosphere with an overall creepy story, but the design and gameplay crippled its potential in the end, earning Layers of Fear a meh out of 10. I guess now I just have to wait for Resident Evil 7. Surely they won't screw that up. Hey guys, if you like this video, be sure and check out my other ones, and subscribe now and spam that like button for more game and movie reviews to come. This is Nujabooj. Peace out.